95% of Earth's oceans have never been explored, never mapped, never seen. And scientists aren't rushing to get down there, because what they've already found is enough. Space gets all the attention. Mars, black holes, distant galaxies. We love to talk about what's out there. But here's the thing nobody tells you. The most alien, the most terrifying, and the most unexplored place in the entire universe is right here on Earth. It's called the deep ocean, and we know less about what lives down there than we know about the surface of the moon. Today, we're counting down the 5 scariest things hidden in the deep ocean. Some of these have been discovered, some are still being discovered, and some we're not entirely sure what they are. So let's start at number 5 and work our way down to the thing that genuinely unsettles marine biologists, the people who do this for a living.
Number 5. The bloop, and what made it. In 1997, scientists recorded a sound so loud, so powerful, that it was picked up by hydrophones nearly 3,000 miles apart. They had absolutely no idea what made it. In 1997, NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, was doing what it usually does, quietly monitoring the ocean with an array of underwater microphones called hydrophones. And then something happened that stopped everyone in the room. They picked up a sound, an enormous, ultra-low frequency sound rising from somewhere deep in the Pacific Ocean. It lasted about a minute. They called it the bloop, and that name doesn't do it justice. The bloop was loud, extraordinarily loud, loud enough to be detected simultaneously by hydrophone stations nearly 3,000 miles apart from each other. To give you a sense of scale, that's roughly the distance from New York to London. And here's what really got scientists. The sound profile, the way it rose and fell, didn't match any known geological event. No earthquake, no volcanic activity, no underwater landslide. It matched the biological profile of a living creature. A living creature large enough to produce a sound that powerful would have to be significantly larger than a blue whale, the largest animal on Earth. Years later, scientists concluded it was most likely a large icequake, a fracturing of ice in Antarctica, and that's probably the right answer. Probably. The file is still open.
Number 4. The Hadal zone, where life has no business existing. Below 20,000 feet, the pressure is equivalent to 50 jumbo jets stacked on top of your body, and something is still alive down there. The ocean has layers. Most people know about the sunlight zone near the surface. That's where the fish you recognize live, where coral reefs thrive, where light still reaches. Then there's the twilight zone, then the midnight zone, then the abyssal zone. And then, at the very bottom of the deepest ocean trenches, there's the Hadal zone, named after Hades, the Greek god of the underworld. That should tell you something. The Hadal zone begins at roughly 20,000 feet below the surface and goes all the way down to 36,000 feet, the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Down there, the pressure is approximately 1,100 times the atmospheric pressure at sea level. If you were placed there without protection, you wouldn't just die, you would be compressed instantly. And life is everywhere down there. Snailfish, small, translucent, almost ghostly, have been filmed moving calmly at the very bottom of the Mariana Trench, like this is just a perfectly normal Tuesday afternoon. Giant amphipods, crustaceans that look like oversized shrimp, sometimes reaching a foot in length, swarm in massive numbers around any organic matter that sinks to the bottom. The Hadal zone is dark, freezing, under incomprehensible pressure, and almost completely cut off from the surface world. And life didn't just survive there. It thrived. It specialized. It evolved specifically for conditions that would kill everything else. That's either deeply fascinating or deeply unsettling, depending on how you think about it.
Number 3. The giant squid and what's hunting it. For centuries, sailors called it the Kraken. Scientists laughed. Then they found one and realized something even bigger was eating it. For most of human history, the giant squid was a myth. Sailors told stories of massive tentacled creatures rising from the deep, pulling ships beneath the waves. Scientists dismissed it as superstition, as exaggeration, as the kind of story exhausted sailors tell after too many months at sea. Then we started finding evidence. Sperm whales, the largest toothed predators on Earth, were hauled onto ships with enormous circular scars covering their skin. Sucker scars.
from tentacles, from something big enough to fight back against a sperm whale and leave marks. Then came the beaks. Giant squid have hard, parrot-like beaks that don't digest easily. They were found in the stomachs of sperm whales, sometimes dozens of them, giving scientists a way to estimate the size of what was being eaten. The giant squid, Architeuthis dux, can reach up to 43 feet in length. Its eyes are the largest of any animal on Earth, up to 10 inches across, designed to detect the bioluminescent flashes of approaching predators in the pitch-black deep. The first footage of a living giant squid in its natural habitat wasn't captured until 2004. For an animal this size, this significant, this famous, we had to wait until 2004 to actually see one alive. But here's the part that really gets under your skin. Scientists believe there may be something even larger than the giant squid still down there. The colossal squid, Mesonotethus hamiltoni, is theorized to reach lengths that would dwarf the giant squid. We found pieces. We found evidence. We have not found a living one. Whatever is big enough to hunt the giant squid is still largely a mystery.
Number 2. Underwater volcanoes. The ocean is actively trying to reshape the planet. There are more active volcanoes under the ocean than on all of Earth's land combined. Most of them we've never seen. When most people think of volcanoes, they think of mountains, visible, dramatic, above-ground events. Mount St. Helens, Vesuvius, Kilauea. But the real volcanic activity on this planet, the majority of it, happens underwater, and it happens constantly. The mid-ocean ridge system is the longest mountain range on Earth. It stretches over 40,000 miles across the ocean floor, winding through every ocean on the planet, and it is volcanically active along virtually its entire length. Along this ridge, tectonic plates are constantly pulling apart, and magma rises up to fill the gap, creating new ocean floor and releasing enormous amounts of heat, chemical compounds, and energy into the water above. This is where hydrothermal vents are found. Hydrothermal vents are cracks in the ocean floor where superheated water, sometimes exceeding 700 degrees Fahrenheit, shoots upward in columns called black smokers. The water is so hot it should instantly vaporize, but the pressure at those depths keeps it in liquid form. And around these vents, in water that hot, in an environment with no sunlight, no photosynthesis, no connection to the surface world, entire ecosystems exist. Tube worms up to 8 feet long, ghostly white crabs, eyeless shrimp, bacteria that feed on chemicals rather than sunlight. Life finding a way in conditions that should make life impossible. Scientists now believe hydrothermal vents may be where life on Earth first began, not in a warm little pond as Darwin suggested, but in the crushing darkness at the bottom of a primordial ocean around superheated chemical vents. The deep ocean isn't just hiding scary things, it may be hiding the origin of everything.
So, there you have it. 5 things the deep ocean is hiding, and we've barely scratched the surface. Literally. The Bloop, whose origin is still technically unresolved. The Hadal zone, where life thrives under conditions that should make it impossible. The giant squid, and whatever is hunting it. Underwater volcanoes rewriting the planet in real time. And the simple, staggering fact that 95% of it remains completely unknown. Every time someone tells you we've figured out this planet, remember, we haven't even finished exploring it yet. The ocean is patient. It's been keeping its secrets for 4 billion years. A few more won't bother it. If this made you think twice about your next beach trip or your next glass of water, make sure you subscribe to English Ember for more. We've got a lot more history, science, and why is the world this terrifying content coming your way. See you in the next one.